We'll get started. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Kay, for joining me here today. I absolutely love doing these interviews with my clients so that you guys can share your amazing stories of transformation and just bring a lot of encouragement and hope to this community, because I know that anybody who is dealing with arthritis and the symptoms that come along with it, there's a lot of doom and gloom. It can be really frustrating. It can be really discouraging. It can be really depressing. But we want you to know that there is a lot of hope for transformation and significant improvement in your health. And today we're going to share about Kay's story and how she transformed from prior to the program to where she is at now in a few short months. So thank you so much, Kay, for joining us here today and sharing your story with us. And I just really want to start, if you could tell us a bit about what was going on with your arthritis and your health before you joined the Anti-Arthritis Method program.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. And I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis back in the early 90s. So it's been 30 years. I've worked full time, made a lot of compromises in my physical abilities to keep working and stuff. And then in March of 2022, yes, I had a major flare. I couldn't write, I couldn't type. I mean, it was awful. And I just hurt all over, was taken out of work on short-term disability, which then turned into long-term disability. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't cook, clean. I basically sat on the couch and was a couch potato because that's all I could do without pain.
Yeah.
So it was a difficult time, to say the least.
Yeah.
So it was gone to the doctors. I have applied for Social Security disability. You know, this isn't the way I thought my later life would be. So it was a tough time. It really was. My husband, thank God, was helping me. He was doing everything. He was doing the cooking, the cleaning, the laundry, the shopping, you name it. Short of bathing me, that he did help me comb my hair out. You know, he helped me put my earrings in. He helped me, you know, all that little stuff that it hurt. So you couldn't do it.
Yeah. And it's incredible how those small things, like doing little things to take care of ourselves and just basic things around the house, can become so huge when we're hit with such an immense flare up. And obviously, if you've been dealing with arthritis for decades, you must have been managing okay, like, you know, with your medications and things like that for a certain period of time. And then all of a sudden, it wasn't okay anymore. So I appreciate you sharing that with us, Kay, because I know this stuff is hard to talk about, because it's incredible how scary it can be and how drastically it can absolutely transform our lives in such a short period of time.
Yeah. I mean, in the past, I'd had major flare-ups. I've ended up with 2 artificial knees. The end of this month, I'm having a total elbow replacement because the damage is done. It's already done. I kind of wish this program was around 30 years ago. And, but it's here now, and it's made a big change in my life.
Amazing. I'm so glad to hear that. And can you tell us, Kay, for those years where, you know, before we met, what were you doing to manage your symptoms? And can you tell us a little bit about, I guess, whether or not they worked or not, or to what extent?
Well, of course, medications, but I've lost count of how many meds they've tried. They usually are failures. I'm on 3 meds now. They kind of make things okay. It doesn't take the pain away. Supposedly they're to keep from deteriorating the joints, but as obviously I'm having a total elbow done, that doesn't work either. I had tried, of course, I found out quickly that eating non-gluten foods helped a lot, and cutting simple sugars out helped a lot. And I tended to do that. My husband has a terrible sweet tooth, so it was hard to maintain sometimes, because I'd say to him, don't bring in cookies and cakes and pies. And that's the first thing he'd bring in is cookie, cakes, and pies. They worked okay, but it was hard to maintain because there was no support, no direction, no one to ask questions to. I've tried other elimination. Again, they were very short, couple-week elimination, and then you could start we just started adding everything back in right away. And it just wasn't the intensity of this program. And I don't mean that in a negative way, because that's what I needed. That's what my body needed to clean out all the problems that it was having. And really, it took me a good 2 months to really feel comfortable, as you know, in adding back and start reintroducing the foods. Mm-hmm. So those are the things that I tried. Most of them didn't work very well. Yeah. Bottom line, they just didn't work very well.
And you're so not alone in that, Kay, because I know so many people have tried various types of diets or, temporary food eliminations and things like this. And everyone just ends up frustrated because you might notice some improvements for a time, but it is hard to stick with it without having support or guidance, or even feeling really confident that is this really helping? Am I really doing the right thing? Because often too, we're just eliminating one food here and there, and we're not getting the full effect of really taking everything out that's irritating us at the same time, because we just don't know what that is. And that's what, this program really helps guide you with. And I always say you're human. Most of us can't do this on our own. We need that support and that guidance, and that's just being human. So can you tell me, before you joined the program, Kay, I imagine that you were in my larger community, in the Happy Joints Arthritis Solutions group. Can you tell me, what hesitations did you have about the program before you joined?
Well, the biggest hesitation, because I had tried so many things, is just another thing, and there's a lot of them out there to pick from. So it's hard to pick and choose which one's real, which one is really going to help me, and which one is not a scam just to make money. And that's the hard part to discern when you're looking at all these programs outside. And it was, so that's why I joined the Happy Joints group, kind of look around, see what was going on. There was a couple other programs I was looking at, but the support didn't seem to be there, nor did it seem that they truly understand arthritis, because they've never had it. They know the medical stuff about it, the general knowledge, but I don't think they have the personal knowledge. And that was something that really attracted me to this program for you, because you have been personally there. You can share this experience. And though everybody's experience is different, there's still things that are common as a baseline. And then we can pick up the differences and make it better for each person, for them individually, which is what I love.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad that you feel supported in that way and that you can relate, because it is hard sometimes if we don't have any family or friends that are experiencing arthritis. And it's hard sometimes for people to understand, because it's also kind of that the invisible disease where you look like you're fine, but so people don't really understand what's actually going on. And so having that group of people that really gets it, that you can relate to, I think is really, really valuable. And I think that's why we do have a lot of people that remain in the program as alumni once they've graduated from the 3-month portion of the program, so that you continue to have that community and that support. And I'm so glad that you're staying with us as an alumni. And
me too.
Because you also have so much to offer, and you have so much of your experience that you can share, and what's worked for you and how you made it work in your life. And that is such valuable experience and information to share with the other members, especially those who are just starting out as well. So,
yeah. Well, awesome. Thank you.
And can you tell us, Kay, what is the first thing that you noticed about the program that helped you? What did you, in terms of your health and the improvements you saw, what were some of the first things that you noticed?
The support was the big part. I mean, just knowing that there's other people out there, there's someone I can ask questions to, there's someone who's willing to help me look and search for answers, but there's the support and just the ability to ease into it. It wasn't like you have to dump into it right away. You can take a week or two. You can take as long really as you want, but it just the kindness and the understanding and the support and the approachability and just the openness of the whole group. I mean, you as a great leader show all of those. And then you have the support group through the arthritis method, and all of them. I mean, from the very, you just kind of listen and you're like, wow, because these people, been there, done that, they've tried it, they know it. And it keeps you going, even, when you hit a rough spot and you want to take a step back and say, well, maybe this isn't for me. And then you go back again and listen. It's like, nope, just keep moving. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Everybody's a little different. It's all right. And no, I couldn't recommend it more to people, because we don't have that support out there. Our families don't understand. Even me and my family, where we have it generationally, rheumatoid arthritis. But most of the people that had it before me are gone already. Now, I do have some nieces that are being diagnosed with it, so I can be helpful to them. And I've talked to them about their diet and this program. And so it's just, and they thrive on that conversation and that support. And that's all of us thrive on that conversation and support.
Amazing. And in terms of your symptoms and how you're feeling, Kay, what would you say are some of the changes that you've seen in your health?
Oh my gosh, many. I'm not a couch potato anymore. I mean, I have this puppy. Sometimes we walk 2 miles in the morning, where before I was lucky if I could get to the mailbox. I'm more active. I've been able to clean. I can do laundry now. I've been cooking more. My husband thankfully bought me this great new food processor that chops and dices and slices. And so because of my elbow, he's trying to help me so I can continue doing what I love. And a couple things I haven't been able to add back yet, some of my hobbies, but that's because of my elbow, which it will get corrected at the end of the month. And then on top of that, I've lost almost 30 pounds. So it's just, just feeling more energetic, thinking clear. The fog has been lifted. Even my husband, he has diabetes. He's been eating the same thing right along. We've dropped his diabetic medicine. We've dropped his blood pressure medicine. We've dropped all kinds of things. So sorry about that.
Okay, it's real life.
So, but he is like, I feel like we eat like kings now because the food is so good and nutritious. He can see the difference within himself.
That's incredible. I didn't realize that he was able to drop his diabetic medication. That's incredible.
Yeah. And his high blood pressure medicine. We've cut both of them down. Yeah. So and he went to the doctor. His blood work is all better. Mine was like perfect. She goes, I don't think I've ever had anybody have such perfect blood work. Now, I don't see my rheumatologist again until the end of this month, right before my surgery. So it'll be interesting to see what they think with the blood work and all of that type of stuff.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Exciting. And what of those results that you've achieved in the last few months are you most proud of, Kay?
Oh my gosh, sticking to it. That's the one I'm most proud. Most things you're lucky if you stick to it for a month, and now I guess I've lost how many months. I started in April, the beginning of April. So it's been almost 5 months, 4 months. Yeah. So, I mean, but just the fact, and that it's like, I added something back that really made like almost like a mini flare. And I'm like, nope, I can always go back a step or two if I want to, or just go back like to the beginning for a little while, clean everything out, and then I can move forward again and just say, nope, that food we got to either put aside or try again later, and just sticking to it, because I do feel better. And when I do little things like add a food that reacts, I understand why I love this program so well, because it makes me feel so good that I can, I've went to Texas last week, the week before, my dad is sick, and I was able to go down there and help out caring for him. I haven't been able to do that in probably almost a year and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. He's 95, he's lived a long life, but it was just good to see him. I hadn't seen him in a while.
Absolutely. Again, it's those things that we sometimes take for granted until it's taken away from us, that we can't do. And I really like that you mentioned too about, it is about reintroducing foods back in, preferably healthy foods, but it's about trying to find the, most comprehensive diet that you can eat that's going to maintain your health. It's not about being super restrictive forever, but really learning what your body likes and what it doesn't like. And that also evolves too over time. Something that maybe doesn't work for you now as you get healthier, maybe 3 months down the road, maybe it will. And that's, I think, one of those things that we really help you with, because we all need support when it comes to eliminating certain things, and that whole process of bringing things back in and what to look for. Because we really do want to help you guys have that long-term symptom relief and figure out what works for you, because everybody's a little bit different.
Yep.
And Kay, what would you say your life is like now when you look back to before the program, and then you look back and like you see kind of where you're at now and what you can do? What's changed for you, and what are things like for you now?
Well, I'm definitely not a couch potato anymore, thank God. That was awful, because it affects your mind. It makes you depressed. So now I can get out and I can help in the garden. I can go for walks with my dog or my husband, and, you know, I can do things. It's not like I'm stuck on the couch because I can't do anything. If I want to sit on the couch, it's because I want to sit on the couch, not because I have to sit on the couch. I mean, I can make, you know, these skillet breakfasts that we make. And I mean, we do all kinds of things, and, you know, making plans for little vacations coming up that we haven't done in 2 years. And it's a whole, my life is more exciting. It's not as vanilla, I guess is the word they use. You know, it's not so planned. It's so boring.
I love that. That's so wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that, Kay. And I'm so glad that our paths crossed and that you became part of the program, because I know that your experience and your contribution to our community and our group has helped other people. And I'm so glad that you are back doing things that you love, and that you have that positive outlook again, because you're able to do things. Like you said, you're not stuck, you're not able to do things on the couch and wishing that you could do things. You're out doing them again. So that's so exciting. And
it is.
I know that we covered quite a bit today, but is there anything that I missed, or anything else that you wanted to share about your experience in the last few months that you think might be helpful for other people to know?
I want other people to know that there's other people who understand, that are willing to listen and help you find the good path for you. And that it starts with Jessica, who's been a great leader. And I'm so glad I met you and found you. And I praise the Lord for you. And know that there's a group of people who are willing to listen to you for as long as you need to get it out, because it's tough without having someone to talk to like that. And just know that you're not alone.
Aw, you're gonna make me cry, Kay. You're so sweet. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I'm sure it is so encouraging, and it's touched so many people who are here listening and watching you. And I appreciate you so much for sharing that with me and for everybody, and for having you as a client. I'm just so excited to continue to have you in the alumni program and just see your continued change. And we're going to be there to support you through the recovery for your next surgery that's coming up. That's also exciting. One more thing to get working better.
Yes, absolutely.
More good things to come. So yes, thanks again, Kay. I really appreciate you. And thank you to everybody who is listening and watching. Comment below if you have any questions for me, and I will be sure to get back to you. And Kay, I will hopefully see you at the group call tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.